So today's the day that we find out whether or not the parking spot right in front of our apartment is big enough for the vehicle that we want to purchase. In order to have a vehicle in Japan as a foreigner, or maybe as any citizen of Japan, you have to have permission and a certificate from the police that says you have a place to park it, and they have to come and measure it personally, and then after that you can be allowed to park somewhere, and then you can get a vehicle, but without it you can't. So let's hope that it all works out. This is sort of the receipt that you get when you go to the police office, and so I just have to take this in and see if we've been accepted using this acceptance card, I believe. So everything worked out, and I just got to a mall because I have to kill about 2 hours because I don't feel like biking all the way home and then come all the way back in again before we go to the gym, because Jimmy's gonna get off early, maybe around 12:30 or so. So I'm just gonna go upstairs on the 5th floor of this mall. There is a pet store, and since I don't have any pets, I like to go there and check them out. That is the stinkiest ferret I've ever smelled. I think he just pisses all over himself. I think nobody cleans his cage, poor guy. Those must be babies. Well, they're not looking so hot, are they? Little baby Holland Lop. I used to breed these guys years ago. I had my own business and everything. Look how sweet she is. Or he. I don't know. So I don't know if you could see the prices, but they're so expensive. Probably all the animals cats and dogs are gonna be over $1,000. Every single pet shop I go to is so expensive. So that's maybe one reason I don't have a pet here, among others. I just biked home from downtown. It is getting so much hotter out. I can't even believe it. It's just so humid out there. You kind of sit there and you're like, that's not too bad. But then the air is so heavy. So I'm just sitting by the window and I'm just waiting for Jimmy to drive home because he just got the car today. And so I'm just watching out the window to see if he pulls up, and then I'll show you when he does. So while I'm waiting for him, and I have to say, he is taking his sweet time. I actually think that he decided to go to the gym and just didn't tell me because it's been like 2 hours. But anyways, while I'm waiting, I'm just working on a video, which has taken me a fair time to edit, but it's actually pretty enjoyable. Ooh, do you hear that? So that bell goes off during the winter time at 4 o'clock every single day, and during the summertime, or spring summer, it goes off at 5 o'clock every day. So it is exactly 5 p.m. right as we speak. Oh yes, there it is right there. So also, twice we've had warnings through that same system. First it calls out in Japanese, and after it calls out in English, and it tells us sometimes there will be heavy rainfall warnings or flood warnings. So far we haven't had any warnings for earthquakes, but I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm also just eating some granola with blueberries and with my fancy Vancouver mug, which Jimmy bought me from the airport. Love Jimmy. Just drinking some hot chai tea. And you may wonder, why the hell am I drinking a hot chai tea when I keep complaining about how hot it is outside? Well, I drink hot tea anytime, anywhere. When it's hot out, you have the AC on inside anyway, so it's not like it's hot inside. Also, if you go to restaurants and you order their iced latte or iced coffee, essentially you're paying for ice for most of the glass, and then you get a really small amount of coffee. So it's kind of funny. If I'm going into like Starbucks and it's so hot out, you can see I'm sweating like crazy. And they're like, you know, like hot or cold. And I always ask for hot, and they're kind of like, you know, confused. But, you know, I want to get what I pay for. I don't want to pay for ice. I want to pay for like a whole drink. And do you ever feel like when you're drinking like an iced coffee that it takes you no time to get through it? Well, that's why. Dang, I was lucky I was looking at the window. He didn't even tell me he was coming home. It's so exciting. All right, let's go down and see him. He was so nervous to drive. Did you make it?
I scratched a little bit, yeah. Fuck, I scratched that shit.
Oh no!
That shit tight as fuck.
Hey, no swearing, remember?
Yo, I scratched that man.
Oh well. Was it right at the base, like at the beginning there?
Huh?
Was it right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Because I saw you stop for a second.
That clip. I'm not gonna go back. I don't think I can drive back though.
Why do you have to go back?
The LOT, she's trying to meet up.
Oh, really? Why didn't she meet up when I was supposed to meet her?
Because I wasn't off. I got off at 13. Oh my god, man.
So even though he just got home, we're just going to take a quick drive back down to the base because we have to hand over some papers to this lady so we can get the car more officially registered.
I think coming home is the hardest part, huh?
Yeah, it is. Leaving home is just as hard though.
Yeah.
You have to back out of that spot. No casualties. It is actually pretty weird though. In Japan, everyone drives on the left? No, on the right? Jimmy, is it on the right side of the road?
You're on the left side.
So we're driving on the right? Left? Left, yeah. See, I have a problem with right and left anyway. But yeah, they drive on the left side of the road. So the driver's seat is on the other side as well. So if you're used to driving on the right side, like we are in Canada and America, it is really weird. It is super, super weird. So we made it, no problems. A lot of stores are closed today because it's a Wednesday. For whatever reason, Japanese people like to work from Monday, Tuesday, but not as much Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but not Sunday. So they get a midweek break for the most part. Did you know that 2 cars are meant to pass through this road here? Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's no wonder that these poles are streaked. Oh, you can get out of the way. You could try. But there's no guarantee that you're not going to get some sort of scratch. The reason that most small alleyways have these small mirrors to help you. I think no one's coming. But look how skinny this is, honestly. And it just gets worse as you get closer to our house. And it just gets worse and worse. See, on one side you've got this cement wall, and then on the other side, if you go over this, then your tire goes down half a foot. So you gotta be careful. Just gets skinnier. Cement wall, and we have to drive up here. Now we go up this tiny alleyway in our vehicle. Did you see the size of our vehicle? Yeah. It is tight. Down this harsh corner. And eventually make it into our parking spot. And we're home.